you guys on Sunday or some earlier losses. I guess how much of that do you think can be applied when Kevin and Kyrie return, whenever they do, or how much might need to be tinkered with when they do come back?
You know what I honestly think it is? I think it's just us crashing the defensive glass. I don't think anything's too much different. I think that's just giving us that extra edge on defense that we need, locking us in more. So once we get back, we can get them into the mindset of doing that too, and we can be fine.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, Jarrett. Considering the going all the way back to the playoffs, I guess, whatever, 18, 19, and even before that, I mean, do you think you guys are starting to develop a little bit, of a rivalry with this Sixer team? And secondly, how much, how fired up do you personally get to play against Embiid, considering your history with him?
All right. Talking about the rivalry, I think, honestly, there's some little fire going up there. Even looking at the fans, I feel like they feel the same thing too, and I feel like we play them at least 8 times a year, So obviously we're gonna try to start going back and forth at each other. But it's just all good competition. We love going at each other, and Jared Dudley really sparked it all. But in terms of playing against Joel, I like it. It's a real challenge for me. Obviously, arguing one of the top 3 big men in the league, if not one of the best. So it's almost like going back to last game. I want to go out there, prove my worth, prove how much I've improved every single year, going from last year playoffs where I don't think I played too good against them, coming to this game where I feel like I held my ground, So I think it's a good point where I can pin myself to see how much better I've been getting.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Got a serious journalism question here for you, Jarrett. Do you notice any difference in Karas's game when his hair is cornrowed?
The saying, look good, play good. But yeah, for Karas, his confidence, it's time to come back. He knows what type of player he is. He knows he can take over the game any moment.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Hey, Jarrett, you've been spending a lot of time on the court with Jeff Green. Can you just describe the impact he's had defensively and maybe describe some of the subtle things he does or did to hold Ben Simmons in check?
Jeff has been great. He's really knowledgeable on defense. He's been in the league for 28 years, so he knows a lot of the defensive schemes. So just having him out there, he's smart. He helps us out. He tells us where to be. Just his presence, I feel like, brings us to a whole nother level.
Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Jarrett, 2 big games for you back-to-back against 2 pretty good players, Gobert and then tonight Embiid. Do you think you play your best against the best? And part 2 of the question is, what about that move with the left?
Yeah, my move compares nothing to what I just saw. But I think for me, kind of probably, if you ask anybody playing against the best, all the way, look at people playing against Michael Jordan. They always wanted to bring their best against him. And for me, I want to bring my best against all the competition. Like I said, I wanted to prove that I can be on the level as those type of bigs. And just in terms of footwork, I've been working on it. I've been working in the gym every single day with Tiago. He's been showing me post moves, and I'm starting to put a little bit of my touch on it.
Last question, Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Jarrett, there was another play tonight where you caught a pass in transition and immediately just kind of whipped it out to the opposite corner for a 3-pointer. How much is that something you've been working on, and is that something that maybe not that long ago you wouldn't have been able to make that play?
I think in the bubble, I think that's where I took the next step in terms of knowing where my team was. I've been taking not a lot of time, but I've been taking time to look at film, knowing that everybody is running. We have this thing where everybody's going to run deep corner on transition, so I'm looking for them there. I'm just kind of getting a better sense of where everybody is at on the court, and I think that's coming with experience.